Delirium was like the Madison Square Gardens kind of London. If you know, any, especially progressive music, hip hop of that era, anybody touring had to go to Delirium. That was like the spot. And Nick Trulock he just said, like, I want BMX and skateboarding too, but skateboarding wasn't that great because the core pipes were so bad. But he really wanted BMX there. He wanted like big, crazy shit, you know. So we set up these 2 core pipes on stage, and we go there. And I think Craig covered a bit in his interview. And I think we got paid in beer most of the time, and every now and then we get some money, but it was all really dodgy, you know. But being there was insane. And I think the first night we were there, we had core pipes set up. We got there early, and we heard about these 3 guys from New York who were going to perform that night, and they were called the Breastie Boys. And we're like, what? And they were like, yeah, it's like punk rock meets hip hop. And we're like, they're doing hip hop, and they're white. And we're like, this doesn't sound good, you know. and so we're like kind of taking the piss out of them. And we're backstage, and then they walk in, the 3 of them, and you know, we're like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, yeah, what's up? And then I think it was Adam looks at my bike. He's like, hey, can I ride your bike? I'm like, yeah, man, sure. He starts going back and forth and starts getting up to coping. I'm like, wow. And then I think it was Mike D got on the skateboard and started skateboarding, but the ramp was terrible. But he got, you know, close to the top, and that sort of broke the ice. So it's like, okay, these guys are pretty cool, you know. And then we're just chatting to them, you know, and they were cool, and they were just like whatever. And then the show started, and I think the first 2 or 3 songs was their punk stuff, the early Beastie Boys. Yeah. And the crowd was going kind of into it. It was like, yeah, this is cool, whatever. And then they switched over to rap, and they just went mad. I mean, they were just running around screaming, and, you know, the Beastie Boys that you sort of know today. I mean, it was very early on and very raw. But yeah, we got to open up for the Beastie Boys and hang out with them, and that whole night, that was very surreal.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. Was that their first time over here? Do you know?
I think it was, because I think it was a year later they came back for the License to Ill tour
with Run DMC. I think, yeah.
I think so, yeah. And that year, I was buying tickets to be in the crowd just to see them 100 feet back. So it was like, Beastie Boys. But, you know, I had the memory of seeing them the first time, and I was a huge fan for years. Because again, like they had a vision of what they thought of what they thought music should sound like, whether it be punk or hip hop, and they also incorporated action sports, you know, mostly skateboarding. But I think Adam was BMXing, and he was pretty decent at it. So they were kind of blending a lot of different cultures together. Yeah. And I thought that was really awesome, and it resonated with me because, you know, Delirium was amazing because of what it represented, but it also, I was really into music, and so was Craig and everybody that was into it. I mean, Mackenzie and all those guys were like super into hip hop, you know. So then when Schoolie D shows up and Salt and Pepper at our event, you know, we're like hanging out with them on stage. It was like just mind blowing. It was so cool because the respect was so, maybe not towards us so much, but at least towards them was huge to be on stage with them or to hang out with them, be at a venue with them. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's quite, when you think about it as well, like putting the pieces together, that's quite nice that, like, what you were saying earlier, where BMX was just like going in a shitty direction and you guys were kind of like tweaking your own version, and then to end up like with them, the music colliding on the same stage as like the BMX that's a fucking pretty fulfilling, like, nice, right?
Yeah, to confirm that your vision, what you thought would be legitimate, what you thought was right, actually was starting to happen.
Yeah, this is where it should be.
Massive scale.
That's very nice. Yeah. The pictures were great in the mags. Like, there was cartoon characters and stuff in the background, weren't there? Like Marvel characters and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing was surreal.
It did look cool. Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah.